afternoon, Dubai. I know you guys are all excited and all exhausted after a day long presentation. So I'll try to keep it very brief so that I can run through all this important aspects of storage. So once again, hi, my name is Murphy John, and I work for the ecosystem development at Storex. We are basically a decentralized cloud storage platform built on top of XDC. So this has been the storage market for the last few years. If you look at the amount of data that we're generating for the past so many years, the amount of data has been increasing so widely. And in just last 3 years, if you see the amount of data that has grown up, it's grown up phenomenally. This is because the amount of smart devices that has come into the market, its number of IoT devices, smartphones, smart technologies, all of them generating data. And when you have so much of data that is generated, you actually need a good storage, good amount of storage to store them. And not only to store them, but store them securely. This is the cloud storage market. If you look at this market, the market also has been growing very phenomenally. It's one of the best market to be in. So if you look at the CAGR growth, it has been growing at very phenomenal level. But now let's look at, let's look at another diagram. If you look at the service providers, we have very few service providers who service this requirement. So what happens? If you look at the top 3 service providers, they're almost getting more than 60 to 70% of the market. So what happens if there is such a gap that happens? There are only 3 basic service providers who are providing such a high amount of service. That means it's a seller market and the seller dictates terms. What happens for this? Whenever there is a seller market, they're able to dictate terms, and that's not really good for the buyer. They can set in terms which are really not very nice. They can lock into us into long-term contracts. And these contracts means you end up paying a lot more to this service provider. The other thing is, when you have so much amount of data that is stored in certain service, very few service providers, they become honeypot for all the information. They are storing major information. If you look at the data that is being generated worldwide, personal data or data of business use, these 3 companies end up getting almost all the data. And what does it mean? That means if you have any outages in any of these service providers, you will end up losing a whole lot of data, and this can really create havocs in life. So we are already aware of what happens if an Amazon region goes down in specific area. If there is a downtime, even a few seconds, few hours, that means you end up not getting access to your banking information. The airport services get disrupted. The hospital services get disrupted. And there is a whole lot of disruption in the whole life. So we need to really look at alternatives. Also, because so much of data is kept in with certain service providers, it becomes a very honeypot for all the hackers. Hackers can come and hack into this information because these are all the similar service providers. They have similar networks. They have similar infrastructure worldwide. The hackers get to access it easily, and they just need to hack into one data, and they can access the entire infrastructure chain. They can access one region, and they'll have the same kind of infrastructure in the other region. So they can easily hack into the data. So what do we do? This is what happens when there are very few service providers. These are the number of hacks that has happened, or number of data abuses happened just in 2024. So either the data was lost because of ransomware virus, or due to some deletion, or due to some malfunctioning of the system. So we should look at the system that is really very robust and can outperform anything like this. So these are basically some of the disadvantages of using centralized service providers. You have single point of failures. All these service providers are still using the same traditional way to store your file. They just take your file and store it unencrypted in a single location. There is no lack of privacy. Now, this is also to do with something with the various act that has been enacted by various governments. The governments can just go into any of the service providers and get into the data. Even if you are in terms of US, if you are a US company who's hosting a data outside US, the US government can still get in the data which is hosted outside US. So they have already enacted various acts which is really against privacy. You have escalating costs. So what happens is you start up with all the developers start up with free points or free credits with Amazon, and they end up paying a huge amount of money by the end of 2 years. It's like if you compare your billing starting from the first month to the 36 month, you will see that the amount of money that you're paying is really phenomenal, and you end up losing a lot of money which you've really not accounted for. And the billings are so disrupted, you cannot even compare the bill, and you can go and claim back to them. It's almost like 2 or 3 pages which are of information which you cannot nearly challenge. There is surveillance abuse. As I told you, there's a lot of surveillance that happens in the data because this data is located with 2 or 3 major service providers. Of course, there is data breach and virus attack. So everybody is aware of the kind of malpractice and ransomware effect which happens to the data. Even because of the deletion of the data, it's by accidental deletion, people will lose a lot of my data and the business is lost. So what is the easiest way, or what is the ideal storage platform that is required for us? These are some of the features that should be required for an ideal storage platform. We want protection against single point of failure. The first and the foremost thing, the very traditional way in which the data is stored has to be reimagined. So instead of storing your data in one single location as a one single file, it has to be distributed, it has to be encrypted and stored. Second one is privacy. The data that we stored in the ISP with all the service providers should specifically belong to users. It should not be liable to be exchanged with anyone. It should not be given to any third parties without your consent. The third is security. As I said, your data should be lying really secure so that nobody can hack into your data. It should be cost effective. As you know, the cloud cost has been escalating really very fast. It should be easy to use and scalable. So what do we have? So we have Storage Network. This is basically an innovative decentralized cloud storage platform. So we are built on top of XDC network, and we have been in the market for the past 4 years. We started in 2021, and that's why we have the beta version. And now we're live with the mainnet.
Data is the new oil. Every day, we save gigabytes of data. Photos, spreadsheets, videos, files you want to share, and files you don't want to share. But have you ever thought about whether your data was safe?
Your data is safe with us. It's encrypted, and only you can access it. As long as there are no regulatory rules. Only until the next hacker finds a vulnerability in the system.
But the point is, your data was never safe. Should you stick with storage solutions that don't take your data seriously? Or switch to breakthrough solutions built on cutting-edge technology that is unhackable? Introducing StorX, the world's leading blockchain-powered distributed cloud storage system for your personal data. Any data you upload on StorX doesn't fit in one central location like traditional cloud storage. Heck, it doesn't even exist as a single file. Every piece of data you upload is first encrypted with a private key known only to you. Then it's broken into thousands of unrecognizable fragments, and multiple copies of each fragment are generated to enforce redundancy. And finally, these fragments and the copies are stored across hundreds of independent storage nodes spread across the world. We or they can't ever peek into your data. To access your data, all you have to do is log into the platform. Your private key gets activated, and your data is retrieved and assembled for easy access. StorX is as simple as cloud storage you're used to, but only miles ahead when it comes to security, privacy, and data ownership. We might have eliminated any room for your data to be stolen, censored, or shared with third parties. Oops, sorry, cybercriminal and big tech. Ready to take back control of your data? Try StorX today.
So basically what we do is we have very high level of the way in which we are storing the data is totally different. What we do is whenever a user is uploading the data on the user's devices itself, we lock the file with the private key, and this private key remains very unique to all the users. Once the data is encrypted, we send it across to the platform, and it's broken down into multiple chunks. We replicate those chunks, and then we distribute it to the network of nodes that we have. So that means because of using this kind of architecture, we're able to provide you a very high level of security, privacy, resiliency, and encryption. Your data always remains with you. Nobody can ever hack into your data or get the access to your data. Even if someone is able to snoop into your data or get an access to the node service providers, they'll only be getting few fragments of data which is encrypted and which really is not any useful for them. They'll never be able to identify which is the next node which is having that data, and they can get an access to the data. So this is what we do basically. We're also very cost effective and environment friendly. We are built on top of XDC network, which has one of the very high level of energy efficiency. This ensures that our data is really very private, secure. This is the GUI that we have. We have a very user-friendly GUI. You can just log in with a username and password, and that's it. And we have one of the highest number of integrations. We have 50 applications almost where we are integrated. So we work with major applications where you can store your data, where you can back up your data, and it's very simple. You need not even know that there's a Web3 system which is working behind. For users, we have like login-based system. And for the developers, we have APIs and SDKs which they can just access and send in the data and receive the data. We also have we are also coming up with specialized integrations like Google Workspace, Kubernetes, and WordPress, where we can easily access, where you can easily back up your data, complete data automatically of Google Workspace, Kubernetes workloads, or WordPress. This is one of the live cases that we have. We have a client whom we work with. This is basically a very high, well-known IoT-based company, SaaS company, which is based up in Canada. So what they did was they were requiring a solution that would be very flexible, very low in cost, and we were able to offer them a solution that's like very robust. Since we don't have time, I will not get into it, but they were almost able to save 50% of their hosting cost. And because of the cost savings that they have, they were able to offer the services at a cheaper rate to the end customers. So that was like a win-win for both of us. This is our network. Basically, we have 117,000 users whom we have already secured. We have 2,500 nodes we've already working with, and we have 5 petabyte of storage we've already deployed on. These are our partners. Basically, we are partners with Mobi, IFTA, XDCC, Bitme, and Gima, and these are the exchanges where we are listed with. We have a token called SRX for the past 4 years. This is some of the press releases that we had. And this is somewhere we have been listed with. So we are with always listed as one of the top storage performance company. We are associated with Deepin Hub, Deepin Union, Alchemy, MarketSquare. This is how our token has been performing. And that's it. So you can sign up to store your data, or you can be a node operator and you can start earning SRX tokens. That's it from my side. Thank you.